Watching as E headed out of the restroom, Ha-Yun looked back at the food on her plate before heading out as well. Seeing the food sitting on the plate made her think about how, at that moment, life seemed to be simple. She was just a woman enjoying a meal with a man who cared about her and would likely move heaven and earth for her. There was a brief flash of Eric's face, his sadistic smile flashing across his face as he toyed with her. "Is there anything wrong?" Annapolis asked her. She shook her head and continued walking back to where the students and adventurers were staying. It seemed like news hadn't reached this part of the city yet, considering how everyone still looked calm and peaceful, going about their lives without knowing that the monsters had breached the walls. Where are the monsters at? Ha-Yun wondered. The guards had set up several lines of defenses, so they are likely being held up. Those lines were not meant to hold off the monsters indefinitely, so it is likely that they will fall soon, Urasi answered her. As they quickened the pace towards the inn where everyone was staying, she was amazed at how quickly things seemed to progress. One moment things seemed to be going smoothly, and then chaos ensued. A part of her wanted to yell at the people to hide someplace, but then where would they be safe? There didn't seem to be much point in anticipating something that couldn't be stopped. The city would fall and everyone would be killed. In front of them was the inn they stayed at. She quickly burst through the entrance, surprising everyone before she continued running up the stairs. Pounding on each of the closed doors, she yelled, "Everyone, get out quickly!" In seconds, everyone was standing in the hallway looking confused or dazed from being woken up. What we have been expecting has happened, so we need to head to the central building. That will be the safest spot for us, at least for now. Everyone started to ask questions to Ha-Yun. Feeling overwhelmed, she shouted, "We do not have time to talk about this. You all know how this ends, but our best bet is to stick with E. He seems to have a plan, so being near him is our best bet." "Why should we go with him? He's the one that got us into this mess," one of the students shouted at her. Several of the other students and adventurers murmured their agreement. "Yeah, there are plenty of people that survived the overflow by hiding. We should find a place to hide instead of trying to fight them," another agreed. Ha-Yun watched as many of the students began arguing, though the majority seemed to feel that going with Ha-Yun would just get them killed. She looked at Eurasia and Annapolis, looking at them as if to plead for them to help her. The two of them looked indifferent to her plight. "Our master requests that we keep you safe, not idiots who do not realize salvation when it is right in front of their nose," Eurasia sneered at the students and adventurers, making her thoughts very clear. "My sister is correct. You are important to our master, though at this moment I am unsure why this is. So much effort is being wasted in trying to help those who will not even help themselves," Annapolis added in. "We cannot just leave them, knowing what will happen to them," Ha-Yun begged them. Annapolis slithered closer to her and jabbed one of her fingers into Ha-Yun's chest. The nail felt like it could pierce through her body as easily as dipping a finger into the water. "Though our master has shown you so much consideration, you still keep your loyalty to those who do not deserve it. While these humans act united, they would abandon you at a moment's notice. Even you, yourself, do not lay bare your thoughts to our master, keeping your secrets without worry of their consequences. At some point, you will need to get off of your fence and choose which side you fall on. Will you stand with our master or with these insects?" Annapolis snarled at her. I do not know what Ha-Yun began to say, but was cut off by Eurasia. "There is no need for you to make excuses. Both of us can see through you, and we know that you are not your own master. Though you may have acted as if you are sided with our master, you have yet to make your choice." Eurasia crept closer to her and lowered her head in order to whisper into Ha-Yun's ear. I do not want any doubts as to what I will do to you if you decide to move against him. The two beast people moved away from her, letting her decide what she needed to do. Ha-Yun looked back at the students and adventurers and stated, I will be leaving to head to where E is. Any of you that wish to do the same can follow me. Without bothering to hear a reply, she turned around and headed down the stairs, as the necklace and Eurasia stared down at her. Walking down the stairs, what the two beast people said rang in her mind. I would never do anything to hurt E, she adamantly said to herself. In the back of her mind, a voice quietly whispered, but what if your master asked you to? Idrenus was staring at a map of the city, trying to figure out how they were going to continue to hold back the overflow. The guards were going through their armor too quickly, and with not enough supplies, it would be difficult for them to last much longer. Without the armor, the mages would faint for an overuse of mana. As long as the mana stones hold out, we can repair the armor. We still have a chance as long as those stones hold. She clenched her fist as it rested on the table. A door slammed open and E, along with his group, entered. Judging by the expression on his face, something must have happened. What is this insolence? One of the advisors shouted at how brazenly E walked into the room. They had given some leeway in allowing him to listen in, but the way he entered the chamber was very disrespectful. I no longer have time for your petty rules, E stated as he walked in. He looked over to where Idrenus was standing and walked over to her. E, you cannot just brush aside those who advise the priestess. She tried to warn him gently. He ignored her concern and stated, the monsters have gotten over the wall and are in the city. It's a matter of moments before this city will be overrun. For a second, Idrenus thought that she had misheard what E had said. That cannot be possible. Yes, the guards are tired, and there have been casualties, but we can last for at least a week more. She denied what he had told her. Whether you want to believe me or not is up to you, and not my concern. The forces you have surrounding this place will be like a pebble in front of a crashing wave. They will be ground into dust, and everyone here will die. He looked at her without any doubt in his eyes. Those eyes seemed to hold far more than someone his age. As if something clicked in her mind, she quickly turned towards the priestess and ran towards where she was sitting. I need to protect the priestess. This thought rang through her mind as something came into focus. The guard should have at least lasted another week, but if the lines fell, then the stones. She hoped that she would make it in time.